Hello everyone, my name is Antoni and I am a lure maker. I created this channel to share my work and inspire other people who love making lures or simply want to know more about this peculiar craft. In my first video, I show you how I paint a mackerel lure, and I'll give you many other tips and ideas along the way, so watch carefully until the end. I put the links to my tools in the description down below. If you enjoy what you see, please consider to subscribe to my channel and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. You can also support the channel by making a donation. That would be deeply appreciated. Enough talking, let's go straight to the action. I start by mixing some white, which will act as a primer. A drop of reducer is added in order to improve the color flow. I will now apply an even coat of white on all sides of the lure. Once the priming is done, I will add a coat of metallic silver. Here's a tip. Metallic paint can be a little tricky to spray due to the larger size of the pigments. Go for a cheaper brush with a nozzle size not less than 0.5 mm. Now I will paint the belly of the bait white. At this point I will add a yellow shade on the sides of the lure. For this purpose I will use the golden yellow produced by Ansa Procolor. Now it's time to paint the back. I will opt for a transparent mint green. The lure will now be placed on a paint support designed to use custom stencils. In this case, I will choose the mackerel texture. Needless to say, mackerel texture will be painted black. It's now time to remove the stencil and appreciate the results. The process will be repeated on the other side of the lure. Now I move on to the details of the head area. This task requires a specific stencil composed of two parts that can be switched depending on the detail that I have to paint. Let's remove the stencil to reveal the details. Now that the detailed painting is done, I will add a black shade along the back of the lure. The lure is back on the paint support for another stencil work, the shadow of the fins. The removal of the stencil reveals a sharp and accurate shadow. In order to create a bleeding effect, I will now paint a red dot under the mouth. Let's take a few moments to appreciate the work done so far. Now it's time to do the fins. For this task I will use aluminum foil, a fins template, and a protective film to avoid any scratches during the operations. I will use a sharp needle to engrave the rays on the fins. Now it's time to cut the fins to shape. Fins will now be attached to the body. Now let's give the lure a couple of eyes. Finally, the paint job will be sealed with a coat of acrylic fixative. And that's it. Thanks for watching, please consider to subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video.